What's up traders, welcome to live streaming from Forex Trading Wizard Academy. This is Forex Wizard, the trading coach. I'll be doing a live trading session, live analysis and live discussion that we do every trading day, Monday to Friday. So this is the pre-London session live, and we'll do another one later today. So we see that all the instrument exactly doing according to the analysis. So we'll be looking at now one by one all of them to see which one giving us the best trading opportunity in the market. So before I begin this session, make sure guys you give a big thumbs up, smash the like button, and also hit that subscribe button if you haven't done yet. So we'll be looking at, firstly I was looking at AUD USD. So you saw that AUD USD was doing exactly as expected. We saw that AUD USD has a liquidity grab from the top. This is what I discussed yesterday on AUD USD, that when this candle has come out in the market, this is what I mentioned, that AUD USD is likely to break this high because there is a huge liquidity in that zone. Now with that liquidity, we saw that as soon as the market triggered that liquidity, AUD USD started to drop, and it made a significant movement from that level. And we saw that because there is a liquidity trigger in that zone. So as you can see now, there is a candle close, which is also to me a bearish candle. Now it might go up for a little pullback to the upside. I think that AUD USD, after a little pullback, we might see that again coming towards the downside. So with that AUD USD, we see that gold also doing as per the analysis. So you see that gold from the bigger picture, this is the 4 hour, and both are doing almost in the similar way. If I look at the daily on gold, we saw that with this daily, this is a strong rejection from the top on the daily, has broken this daily support, followed by previous day we saw this middleman, which is for me a continuation pattern. And I think that gold may continue to drop in that direction. So if we look at a bit more bigger picture from the weekly on gold, we saw the price just has broken the weekly support level. Now previous week there is a doji. This week, after a little pullback to the upside, we saw that gold has just has broken the support level here. Now with that breakout of this support, gold in fact now currently in that zone, and I think that gold may continue to drop further. If we look at the daily, we can see that from the daily perspective, the price just breaking this support zone, and we can expect the price to continue to drop in that direction. So from the intraday perspective, what I see that gold currently after this rejection yesterday, we saw a decent pullback. Now this current session candle, as you can see, is closing also break this resistance zone, grab the liquidity from here, and with that liquidity grab, we saw that gold currently breaking towards the downside. Now if I jump onto again to the lower time frame on gold, we see that there was, with this gap opening with a liquidity gap, there is a massive drop happen on the lower time frame, and which is very predictable. And I will be waiting for a potential a further drop. We might see a bit upside movement for a potential what I can say that liquidity gap in that zone. So let's see how it does. Now if we look at the overall picture, as you have seen yesterday, we had also a very good trade on gold, and I'm waiting for another entry. If we look at the 15-minute chart, we can see that there was a long consolidation along this zone, and with that consolidation on gold, form and head and shoulder has broken towards the downside. Now the price is going up for a pullback in that zone. So I will be waiting. This is the neckline of this head and shoulder that has formed here. We could see a retest of this level with this 15 minutes 20 EMA, and with this support we might see that gold again coming down. So let's see how it does along the progression of this session. We'll be looking to see how we can find trading opportunity. So let me know in the chat, guys, how you are doing, also which one you are looking at. Ray, we are catching worms today. Thank you very much, Ray. Morning, folks. Thank you. Hello, Mila. Thank you very much. I'm good. Thank you very much. How are you? By my best coach, Anna. I'm good. Thank you very much. Morning, sir. Euro, JPY, and dollar yen. Yeah, absolutely. We're looking at Euro, JPY, and dollar yen. Okay, so there's two also I was looking before this session. So if we look at dollar yen, as you have seen, we had a trade dollar yen yesterday, and that trade in fact went to the profit target during our live session, and from that zone the price is consolidating. Now what I think that dollar yen, let me see what it might do. If we look at the daily time frame on Usdjpy, we see that there is a double bottom here. Okay, so with that double bottom formation, Usdjpy has formed this movement to the upside to this resistance level. Now with that resistance zone on Usdjpy, we see that this is a significant movement to the upside on Usdjpy. So with that movement, what we see that the price now currently coming down for a pullback. So the Usdjpy, you see there was a liquidity candle here as well on the daily, and then we saw that yesterday there was significant movement, and I think that dollar yen may continue to rise. So if we look at further lower time frame on the intraday, we see that this is the impulse on dollar yen is consolidating along this area, and with that impulse and consolidation, I think that Usdjpy, after grabbing enough liquidity, we might see another attempt from the buyer. This is a very strongly bullish market, and I will remain bullish on Usdjpy. Just I need to see that the price has has come down in that zone. It might not come that much far, but you see this is the previous support level here on dollar yen. Now with that support, what we need is for the price to break to the downside, and then we can expect the price to again create a bullish move. If dollar yen managed to break this low to the downside, definitely I will look for potential buying opportunity on the price action confirmation on dollar yen. Emmanuel, thank you very much, Emmanuel, for being here. So dollar yen also for me is a bearish price action, pardon me, bullish price action. It's coming down for on the locally, it's coming down with a small local bearish price action to break this support. That's why I'm expecting. Now if you look at the lower time frame on the 5 minutes, so you saw that there is a 5 minutes rejection, and this is a support level here on dollar yen. And if we look at this intraday, we see that after testing this resistance, this is what I mentioned yesterday, that dollar yen might struggle to break this resistance. Now this is a very long-term resistance. If you look at the weekly, we see the dollar yen from that weekly level there was a rejection, so it might face little bit of resistance here. But what I think that dollar yen might come down again to test this support, and then we could see that after testing this support, dollar yen moving to the upside. So I will be waiting for potential bullish trading opportunity on dollar yen. Let's see how it does. As soon as we will find an opportunity, we will go for it. And also let me know in the chat which one you are up to. So in the meantime, guys, let me know if you can hear me properly. I hope that you guys can hear me, everything is okay. And let me know in the chat if you can hear me properly. So let's look at again gold. Okay, so this is the current session candle closing in 14 minutes. Now this candle on gold is for me also potential bearish price action. Okay, so with that, a candle on gold, if we look at the bigger picture on the monthly, what I see that gold, let's do first of all full analysis. This is how I look at the market when I sit on my desk from the bigger picture perspective. I look at first of all multi time frame approach, and then I look at the lower time frame for a potential trading opportunity. So if you look at this one here on the monthly, we see that from the monthly perspective, this is the monthly resistance. We saw there was a liquidity trigger here on the monthly. Now why it is important that monthly price action is because if you look at the resistance zone here, this is an all-time high on gold. Now all-time high means that the price never visited in that area, and when the price reached that kind of zone, there is a huge liquidity in that area. There are two ways we can consider the liquidity. I'll discuss today that why the price dropped from that kind of zone, that why the price dropped from that area on gold that much far. And I think that with that drop, we could see that gold has broken previous monthly low, and even it might come down further. And gold did that. If you look at the weekly, we see that this is the weekly long wick candle. Okay, this is a huge long wick candle, and with that weekly long wick candle, the price has formed, has triggered that all-time high with the weekly, followed by a narrow doji. Now with that narrow doji, the price, you see this is the resistance zone here, and the price started to drop again. So as the price is below this level, if you look at this weekly support zone here on gold, okay, this is the trend line on the weekly. Now with that support level, gold has currently broken that, and with that break, we might see the price even coming to that area. Now if we look at the daily time frame, we see that from the daily perspective, this is a support level here on the daily. Okay, support here, which is turning resistance here on the daily perspective on gold. And there was a major drop here on the daily, followed by a middleman, which in fact a clear separation from this resistance zone. Now this is a continuation pattern for me. I think that gold will just continue to drop in that direction. So from the lower time frame, what we see that with this, you see this one also a very important candle during the news. So you saw that gold has grabbed liquidity and formed this drop, followed by a correction, another drop, and the correction. So we can expect another drop, and I think that because there isn't enough, there is no support here, we could see further continuation in that direction on gold. Now looking at the daily 1 hour chart, we saw that there was also a consolidation. The price has gone to the upside, and then from here we saw that gold has a manipulation to the downside and started to drop. So this is the 15 minutes chart on gold, and with that 15-minute chart, you see there is a liquidity candle here as well. We saw there is one here. So it's still maintaining a downtrend, and You see this is structure also, there's one here as well. So you could see you know, already it made significant move towards the downside, and we might see the price, you know, slowly might be breaking down. Let's see how it does. We'll be looking for potential entry opportunity on gold as soon as we will find. As you know that we do frequently quite a few trades, so let's see how it does. Make sure guys you stick till the end to see, and also let me know which one you are up to. James is good, thank you very much. Mila, awesome. Mercy, yes. Hassan, thank you very much. Hassan, Elizar, yes. Miss, hear you loud and clear, thank you very much. Euro dollar, yep. Rico, AUD, CAD, no problems, thank you very much. Okay, so with that respect, let's look at AUD CAD. AUD CAD, we had a short trade on AUD CAD, which is almost near the entry. So AUD CAD for me is a bearish market. Okay, so if you look at bigger picture from the daily perspective, I'll look at first of all bigger picture. Let's say looking at the monthly. Now from the monthly perspective on AUD CAD, we see that the price has created a lower high with this monthly price action. Now with the lower high creation, AUD CAD has a very long rejection from the top, and with that rejection the price on the monthly support level at the moment. And what I think that, you know, if we look at this this support, this resistance turn support here, and this is a, you know, there was a strong movement from here. You can see AUD CAD has gone up and created an overextended market. I think that AUD CAD may drop further to this support level at least, and afterwards maybe we could see further rejection towards the downside. Now if we look at the weekly, we can see that AUD CAD from the weekly, which is a bearish price action, if you look at this one here, there's a very strong rejection correction. So this is a typical downtrending market structure on AUD CAD. And if you closely look at this level here, which is in fact significant, this is the support here, which is turning resistance, and we see that AUD CAD is creating series of lower high in that zone. So from the, you know, bigger picture perspective, what I see that AUD CAD is a potential bearish. Now if we look at the daily, we see the same thing on the daily perspective. AUD CAD is from the daily, which is also bearish, and we see that this is a series of lower high along the zone, and with that series of lower high from the daily, what I see that AUD CAD is bearish. Now from the lower time frame perspective, we see this is structure. You can see there is a strong drop, and then there is a consolidation along the zone, quite a few dojis. So for me, it's creating series of lower high along the zone, and we see that the price form a doji. I think that as CAD news is coming later today, AUD news already there, we could see that the price might drop towards the downside. This is why we are short on AUD CAD. Let's see how it does. I think that we should be able to see at least, you know, a stronger movement, though it is a very strong level of support, but I think that AUD CAD might be coming down. Do you? Thank you very much. It's sold from 1982.32. Yeah, we'll be looking at that. Bless, have catch morning time CAD JPY. Yeah, absolutely. GBP USD, we'll be looking at that. Okay, GBP USD, what I see that previous session from the 4 hour also form a bearish price action. Okay, so if you look at bigger picture monthly, so from the monthly perspective on GBP USD, this is a resistance zone here, and there is a monthly doji. If I'm looking at the bigger picture now, with that monthly doji, the price triggered this zone where there is a resistance, and then the price has a huge liquidity grab in that liquidity trigger in that zone on GBPUSD. Now with that liquidity trigger, what you saw that GBPUSD has has a rejection, and I think that we might see a little further down on GBPUSD because it has crossed a very important zone. We might see that further rejection towards the downside. Now if we look at the weekly, this is the weekly candle previous week, which is expected because there is a all-time high liquidity trigger, and we could see that this week GBPUSD coming down. Now if we look at daily, also like all the USD pairs, GBPUSD previous day has formed a doji. Now today so far from the doji, we see the price is slowly coming down. So this daily price action, we see that there is, with this long week candle, the price has formed this move followed by this correction. We can expect another drop. At least we can expect the price to come past this doji. So from the lower time frame, we see there is this candle for me is a bearish candle because it this one also has gone up for a liquidity grab, and the price has moved towards the downside on this GBPUSD, and I will be waiting for an entry on this one as well because this is a bearish market. Any kind of pullback to the upside will give us an entry opportunity. Okay, so if you want to trade all of them also with us and also learn our strategies, also you can find a link in the description area. You can visit the website, join us to learn our strategies and also to trade with us, to be a part of this trading community. We do open a gold trade and all the instrument that we are trading. You can be part of that. So link in the description, and also there is a link at the top of the chat. Don't hesitate to join us to be part of this community. You can learn all the educational content that we have, and also access all the trading tools that we have in our Forex Trading Wizard Academy. So let's look at now on, so you saw AUD CAD, GBPUSD, AUD USD. If what I think that on AUD USD, it formed a doji. For me, this is a bearish price action. We could see another retest of this resistance level as of London session is coming, and if it does, then I will be looking for AUD USD for a potential selling opportunity. So let's look at CHFJPY. Now you can see that CHFJPY, this trade we closed earlier, but it in fact gone to the exactly to the profit target, which is the 3 times TP on this one, and it has gone that zone. So that one we closed earlier, but it in fact could be it's a very good example to look at that how trade in fact move. And this is the candle that we have called that trade on CHFJPY, which is a very long bullish price action, bullish candle. So in the meantime, I was also looking at NASDAQ, looking at the monthly on NASDAQ. We see that from the monthly perspective, with this big monthly bullish engulfer on NASDAQ. So this is also a very long-term bullish market on NASDAQ. Now with this monthly bullish engulfer followed by previous months a narrow doji. Now with that doji, this month after little pullback on NASDAQ, the price currently breaking this resistance zone on NASDAQ. Now if we look at the weekly, we can see that there is a long bullish engulfer followed by a narrow doji and another doji. So this is a series of higher low you can see on NASDAQ, And interestingly, you can see the price action. This is the weekly candle. That is a huge also bullish candle, followed by a narrow doji, which is a continuation pattern. And Nasdaq is currently reaching a resistance level. If we look at the daily, we see that from the daily time frame, with this daily middleman, Nasdaq has formed this daily candle. Now middleman really works very well. We do have a specific strategy that I use to trade middleman. There is also some content also available on the YouTube channel, guys. Make sure that you don't miss out any of that. Make sure that you subscribe to the channel. This weekend also I will be releasing some of the content that I look at when I trade. Also I will be releasing this weekend as well, so make sure you stay tuned by subscribing to the channel, pressing the bell button on this weekend and both Saturday and Sunday during the London session time. And if you are subscribed and press that bell button, as soon as I release them you will be notified. So make sure that you do that. I will wait for 2 seconds so that everyone have time to press that subscribe button as well as press that bell button. Give a big thumbs up to the stream. Thank you for that. Awesome. So looking at Nasdaq on this daily price action, we see that this market following a typical bullish market structure. We see with this series of higher low has broken out completely, creating an uptrending market structure. And this is the nearest level of resistance coming up on Nasdaq, and I think that Nasdaq might go up and test this level, which is pretty important level. Now from the lower time frame, we see that this is the 4 hour. There is a long bullish candle followed by narrow consolidation. Because it has broken out of this resistance here, okay, we see that there is a resistance which is turning support here. And if you look at this price action here, okay, this is a trend line. As you can see, it's a smooth trend line on the 4 hour time frame on Nasdaq. Now with that, this is a very predictable way. Some people might say, okay, trend line doesn't work. Trend line definitely work. If you look at the past, you can see that trend line of course work. You can see this is a smooth trend line, and every time the price bounce, dropping to that level, nicely bouncing off, everything works. Every strategy works. Okay, there's a very important thing here is to look at that every strategy work. Here the most important thing is that to see who is implementing the strategy. This is the missing piece of the puzzle that many traders don't understand. Okay, see, this is a combination of developing a skill and becoming a trader. Okay, there are two things you can do. We most trader do trading, don't do trading, be a trader. There's a big difference between doing trading or being a trader. Is that, let's say, what is the difference between being a trader and doing a trade? Is a very important topic, guys. If you really want to be a profitable trader, you need to pay attention to that. Let's say Mr. X and Mr. Y, okay, Mr. X and Mr. Y both have a shop, okay, where Mr. X earning, let's say, 50k per month, where Mr. Y earning, let's say, 1k per month. Okay, this is the situation on both of them. Same facilities, same criteria, everything is same, but both of them are having this situation. Now if you bring Mr. Y to the Mr. X shop, keeping everything same, and bring Mr. X to Mr. Y shop, just replace the person, keep every setup same. From the next month, Mr. Y will make 1K and Mr. X will make 50K. So then why this happened? Everything is same, every setup is same, just by replacing the person the revenue changes. Is because of who Mr. X and Mr. Y is. This is the missing piece of the puzzle. You see, the strategy that I'm implementing, I'm consistently making money. But if I give you the strategy, probably you might be making more than me or maybe less than me. Why? It varies because the strategy is performing in the same environment, same, but you might be making more than me or less than me, is because of becoming. So this is why being is more important than doing. So how do you be? To be, there are some ways that one can become. So anything you want to be, you can become. You have to do and be at the same time, then you can become. So if I elaborate that perspective, because this is where the real trader will come out of you, is when you understand this. See, just make little task, write down in a piece of paper that how does a trader look like. Create an image inside your mind of a trader, and then act from that place. Okay, that is becoming. And you see that, keep faith and repeat the same thing, what is working, and you become that person over time, no doubt about it. So this is why some might say that trend line, right? Everything works. Let's say if you just buy from trend line or sell from trend line, or if I buy from trend line, sell from trend line, and then holding the trade, putting a stop loss, do the risk management, definitely it will work, no doubt about it. This is why it is so important that understand. So let's go back to the NASDAQ. We see that this channel on NASDAQ is this is a okay. So we saw that this is a bit narrower channel, has broken up. Now with that breakout, we can expect, now it's consolidating here, we can expect the price to first come down and then to grab liquidity and then to continue to rise. Okay, so this is what we will be waiting for on NASDAQ, and let's see how it does. We'll be looking at that. Thank you very much. So this one is bullish. We'll be waiting for Mohit. Sir, US oil is at buy zone in 1 hour time frame. Absolutely, Mohit. Thank you very much. Good morning, coach. Thank you very much, coach. Have a great day, coach. Dins, yeah, have a great day too. Paul, good morning, coach. Please, can you take a look on Euro USD? Yeah, absolutely. We'll be looking at that. Okay, so USD, I was looking at that as well. So Euro USD also, like the GBP USD and other instrument, euro dollar. If we look at the monthly on this one, we see that from the monthly perspective, euro dollar is a long term. If you look at a very bigger picture on euro dollar, it's a long term bullish market. Okay, with this monthly impulse correction. So it's a long term bullish market. Now if you look at this one here on the monthly, this is the resistance zone, created a lower high. So in most cases you'll see that because the price failed to create a higher high, okay, you'll see in majority of the time it will come down to create a lower low. So there is a still probability for euro dollar to continue to drop. If you look at the weekly time frame on euro dollar, we see that from the weekly perspective, this is where we see the market has formed a consolidation and a very strong breakdown, followed by this is a long doji on the weekly, which is still 1.5 days to go. What I think that we might see this one even coming to this weekly 20 EMA and also aligning with this monthly support. I think that the price might break this low, especially we could see a retest of this gap area, gap level above this doji. Now this doji, if I refine that, for me this could be the destination for euro dollar. As I mentioned, that it's a probability. So why did I choose that doji is because when you saw euro dollar has formed this weekly pattern here, support, this is the weekly doji that has started its move from here and then has moved from there. Okay, this is the resistance zone, which is turning support here, and with that resistance turning support on euro dollar, we could see the price tested this resistance as support, and then we can expect a bullish move on euro dollar. So for the time being, we can expect euro dollar to continue to drop. Now if we look at the daily, we can see that from the daily perspective also euro dollar, there is a bullish movement, correction, movement, correction. This is a series of higher high and higher low, and from the daily we saw that there was a long consolidation, head and shoulder has formed here. Now with that head and shoulder formation, euro dollar has dropped, correction dropping. So it is basically forming a typical downtrending market structure. Now previous day we saw this is also form a bearish candle, and we saw the price is slowly coming towards the downside. Now from the intraday perspective on euro dollar, we saw there was a big drop, consolidation, the price again forming a bearish price action, and it's forming a series of lower high and lower low. Okay, so you could see that euro dollar, with this long bearish candle, the price forming series of lower high and lower low. So let's see how it does. I think that it formed this reversal on euro dollar, and it could continue to drop. And as soon as I will find that any trade opportunity in any of them, I will be definitely sending it to the students who are trading with us. You can join us, also link in the description area, and also there is a link at the top of the chat. Make sure guys you check out the link to learn our strategies. How about AUD coach? I will be looking at that. AUD we from coach what's forex flip zone. Yeah, we'll be looking at that. Yeah, good morning coach, have a great day, thank you very much. No problems, you're appreciated. Yeah, I'll try my best to give the best value possible. Thank you very much for your appreciation. In the meantime guys, also if you are looking for a regulated broker, you can join EverTrade. There are recommended broker link in the description area. EverTrade is regulated, so your capital will be in the safe hand. I would recommend you to start trading with EverTrade. As soon as you start trading, you can start your journey with them because they are regulated, and I always recommend to trade in a regulated broker. Thank you. Okay, so I will be looking at now some JPY pairs, GJ, also AUD CAD. Okay, AUD CAD. Now this one we open a position exactly where we have opened that position. The price is there. Now I'm expecting AUD CAD. You can see that this is a structure for me. It's a bearish structure on AUD CAD. Okay, now if we look at the news calendar, which is a very important factor to see, It's not opening. Let me see the Forex factory calendar. Okay, so if we look at Forex factory, we see that today 10:30 p.m. in my time, unemployment claims coming up. Okay, and then we see that 1 a.m. CAD news coming, and then 1 a.m. Fed Chair Powell speaks. That could lead the price very volatile. So tonight we'll be covering all of them, guys. This news 10:30 p.m. and also 1 a.m. normally we close before that, but I'll try to extend that to that time zone. Oh no, 1 a.m. next day is Fed speaking, but tonight is CAD. Okay, Malcolm speaks. So CAD getting very volatile. This is why I was short on CAD, because we could see that potential opportunity on CAD. Okay, so let's see. If you closely look at, on USD and CAD, both of the pairs might get very volatile. Okay, so dollar CAD, let me show you. Let me see where we entered the dollar CAD. So our entry on dollar CAD, this is my entry at I have entered at point. It's basically at where we have entered, and I have 2-to-1 risk to reward on this one. So dollar CAD, there could be initial drop. So what I'm gonna do, I'm gonna 2-to-1. It's not maybe exact, but that way. So what I'm going to do is I'm just telling how I will manage the trade, because keep in mind, guys, everything here as I'm showing is only for educational purpose. Everything to be taken as not as an entertainment and educational purpose, because I'm just showing what I am doing, and so that you guys can learn from it. So dollar CAD, also I explained how I manage my trades, so it is important that you keep that for the compliance. I need to tell that. So we see that in that zone, dollar CAD is forming dodges in that area. Okay, so with that dodgy formation, what we see that dollar CAD creating series of lower high in that area, and as this is a AUD news candle as well as CAD news coming, this one sometime dropped very aggressively. Okay, and with that aggressive drop, so what I will do, if I find enough drop like the one that we did on dollar yen yesterday, if the price dropped long enough, I'll move, close some part of the position and then move the stop loss at entry, and then I will keep the trade running the risk free. If in case it's bounce up, I'm still in profit, and that's how I remain profitable. Also the same trade sent to the students. We not only trade gold profitably, we trade many other instruments such as the UD CAD. Also I have sent out to the students. It is a swing trade. So yeah, if you want to be part of that, also don't hesitate to join us. You can find the website address at the top of the live chat. Also, let me give you the website address on the live chat. You can click the website address and then go to the website, join us. Any question, you can any question, let the live agent knows. Isa will be able to help you. She's always there, tirelessly. She's helping everyone coming on the website. Don't hesitate to ask any question. Aftab, good morning, dear coach. How are you today? I'm very good, Aftab. Then what are your thoughts about today USD news? Okay, we'll discuss that. It's a very important topic. Then do you only technical analysis of market or fundamental too? Very, very important point. Definitely I do the fundamental too, because it's a combined, a profitable trader cannot escape anything. I will discuss that. Euro AUD. Okay, so first of all, let's look at the USD news. So this is actually the same question, that USD news as well as the fundamental aspect of trading. So let me tell you, what do I look at in fundamental? See, I don't look at fundamental saying something that will make a trader confused, but I use the fundamental like the big boys use, because I had an opportunity to learn from some of the greatest trader who worked in institutional trading floor for ages, for 30 years, 40 years. I was mentored by them when I started, and I traded with them, so I know exactly how institutional trader trades. And institutional traders use the fundamental in a very different way than we retail trader think. Because if I tell you that, you see, let's say the data, let me clarify this, very important thing that I think that a trader must know, how to how to see the trading opportunity in the market. So if you look at this one here, you see that 10:30 p.m. there is a news coming up today on dollar in my zone, and 1 a.m. CAD. So there is a relationship when the news release as well as when the market create a price action. There is always a relationship between the price action and the fundamental. Now when the news is released, it is almost impossible to trade with that news data, because it's already gone, right? But if you closely observe very long time on the price action, you see that based on the data release, if I look at that, let's say data released negative for DXY, and DXY has dropped, but before that data being released, there is always a relationship with the price action that predictably understood with the one that the market currently giving. So if I give you a bit more clearer idea is, for example, we had quite a few trades like that. Let me show you the one that if you look at the AUD USD, even you see this is the AUD news price action, and that candle has even given a very strong drop later. So there is a relationship. For example, when the data is being released 24 to 48 hours earlier, the price action shows a potential movement or pattern that is predictable, and this is what I use in my trading. This is the way I use the fundamental. I can challenge that no one else can give you any other clue other than this. This is the best way that I understand the fundamental, because it's completely impossible to know what will be the news data being released, because it's almost illegal to know even before it is released. So but there is a predictable way the price action shows. Now you might say, okay, where this come from, that prediction or that pattern? They come from, there are some bigger investor, for example, let's say those who are the real market mover, the real investor, that's $1 billion investment, $1 trillion investment they do in the market. They have the resource to analyze independently, let's say, what's happening, what might happen, and based on that result, they invest on the market, they trade on the market. And as a retail trader, we don't know what they are doing. The only thing that we know is from the price action, because price action leave a clues. How? Let's say in that zone, big boys Big boys means I'm telling those who are real investor. They place a huge volume of sell order before the data release, because they know that they know means that from their prediction, no one knows it before release, but from their prediction the market will drop. So because they put a high volume of data, high volume of liquidity in the market, the candle formed in that way. So from that candle, if you ask yourself a question, okay, why this candle has formed, the answer will come because this candle formed when this much of volume comes in the market. And why this volume is coming, that is where it comes to the data, understanding the fundamental. This is only the way I use in my trading, and I do have a strategy that I explain where our lifetime member in our Forex Trading Wizard Academy can access from your student dashboard, which is the news and price section. Trading strategy, it includes the fundamental. If you are our lifetime member, you can look at in your student dashboard, you will be able to access that strategy as well. So if you are not, also I invite you to join us to learn that strategy. So let's look at gold again. We see that there is a candle close, a bearish candle, which in fact has a significant liquidity in it. Now we see that with that candle close on gold, now the price is going up for a pullback. Okay, so with that pullback, we can see that how the market is doing. Okay, so if we look at gold, we saw that this is just a movement to the upside on gold. And let's see how it does. We might find an opportunity because it's a bearish candle. If it reached the resistance zone, we could see that gold might give us short-term opportunity. I want to see that gold has broken this resistance zone. Okay, let me see what he's trying to do. So with that candle close, we see that gold is now pushing to the upside. I think that we might see a retest of the resistance level. Okay, and then we could see that gold has dropped again. This movement is good. We need to see this kind of breakout for potential opportunity. For me, I think that gold, if gold managed to break 1982-83 level and then showing a potential opportunity, then we can look for opportunity on gold. Okay, so this movement is unusual, which is good against the trend. what goes up must come down. So you should be able to see that at some point gold has given that opportunity. Okay, so let me see what it is trying to do on the 15 minutes. I think it will break this high, okay, and then we might see another wave of drop. So you saw that high and low here. Let me see the bigger picture. So always I look at the bigger picture to see what's happening. We saw that there is a, okay, so from bigger picture, in fact the price has crossed the weekly low, okay, this weekly low. So that means that there is some reaction coming, and yeah, we could see some upside for short term, a pullback. This is the daily candle, and with that pullback, or even we could see a retest of the daily high. So this look like a fake move to the upside. Okay, so yeah, we could see that gold, you know, this is the very important liquidity zone. As you know, the price moves from liquidity to liquidity. This is the very important phrase that, you know, one must remember. This is what this is my, you know, I see the liquidity in the market. Price always moves from liquidity to liquidity because there is always a transaction happening between the buyers and sellers in the market. Okay, so wherever, you know, your stop loss is, let's say you are a seller, your stop loss is a buy order, and that's the liquidity. Okay, it's a very important area to look at always to find the best trade possible in the market. So we'll keep that watching on gold. We see initial movement. I think that we could see later rejection from that zone. This is the 5 minutes chart. You know, I want to see that gold has, you know, this is a 5 minutes bearish engulfer. You know, you could see that drop from here, could be, but you know, if it breaks this high, grab the liquidity will be a very important level to look at. Usdjpy again is trying to break towards the downside. I'll be looking for you know, I want to see that Usdjpy has a drop, because you know, if it managed to drop this side, we should be able to see potential movement. Okay, Now let me see other. So AUD CHF also, so looks like that AUD appears a bit weaker, including AUD USD. I'm just looking at all of them, guys. So NZD CHF I are planning to go long, but in fact it moved in that direction. So gold might might go up for a bit more deeper pullback. So dollar yen, as I mentioned earlier, dollar yen, we had a trade that you have seen in this live session. So make sure, guys, if you recently or if you haven't watched our New York live session, make sure you give a big thumbs up and also subscribe to the channel if you haven't done yet. We do have quite a few live trades as well. Yesterday we had a successful trade on dollar yen. How many of you were there? It's also a VIP trade and it hit, in fact, the profit target. So yeah, make sure you give a big thumbs up and also stay subscribed. Also this weekend I will be releasing some content where I'll be explaining how do I map the chart for liquidity to see where the liquidity in the chart, and that will be a very important video. I'll be releasing it for free on Saturday London session time, and also Sunday there will be another one. So make sure you give a big thumbs up and also subscribe to the channel. Make sure you do that and also press that bell button so that you don't miss out. Okay, so we'll be looking at now on USD also. I was saying that it is forming a bullish price action. Okay, so US oil, let's look at that. WTI. Now US oil, we saw that there's a daily reversal that I see, possible reversal. Might consolidate or might move to the upside. If we look at the weekly, after this weekly doji, we saw US oil after breaking this low has moved to the upside. Now if we look at the daily, look at the monthly US oil WTI is a long-term bearish, and this is where we see the price. Looking at the weekly drop and the price now moving to the upside. I think that US oil, if managed to break this weekly high, okay, then we might see again drop. It's a long-term bearish now, and it may not be easily bullish. I think that it's now, you see that weekly resistance approaching. I think after that we might see that WTI is moving towards the downside. Now from the daily perspective, there's a big daily bullish candle. Now daily looks like a little bit of bullish, so with that bullish move we might see that this resistance is broken, and then we could see that reversal. So from the lower time frame, there is a very strong bounce, correction. I think that WTI might be again moving towards the upside. It might break this resistance level, created a overextended, then we might see that WTI coming down from here. So this is still probability for a potential bullish move to the upside on WTI. Thank you. I wish I could keep up today, but the internet connection this side is bad. Okay, coach man. I miss GJ and UJ of pivot. Have a blessed day, coach. Any pass my regard to everyone. Thank you very much for being here. Hey coach, good morning. I took dollar yen. That was wonderful. Thank you, Hata. Very good. Yeah, this is the main goal here. Thanks for that. Gold heading to the 1981 level. Euro CHF, what is your analysis? We'll be looking at that. I'm looking short gold from 1984. Yeah, we'll be looking at the morning coach. I need to explanation why you short on dollar CAD. Please let me learn this. I think USD CAD is bullish. Yeah, I'll be looking at that again, no problems. Favor Euro CHF. Yeah, absolutely look at that. Coach, Euro USD 4-hour advance, please. Yesterday was good. Yeah, thank you very much. That's awesome. Yeah, dollar yen, CHF, JPY, gold, all our trade went to the profit target. You start in most of the days. So okay, so we'll be looking at now. Let me see which one is giving the best opportunity. Okay, so we saw that gold after moving to the upside again. Let me see. Okay, so what I think that you can see, it has dropped again pushing to the upside. It might try to break again, okay, because it initiated an impulse. It will try to break again, and in that break, what I think that dollar, gold might create, an overextended here, and then we could see that the price drop towards the downside. Let's see, even if it failed to do so, we might see reversal along this zone. So okay, AUD CAD, I had an explanation to ask that AUD CAD, why I have one short on AUD CAD. This is a trade that I'm running. Also I have sent out to the students who are trading with us. As I mentioned, we do gold trade as well as we do swing trade on all the pairs. I love trading diverse currency pairs because I'm a lover of trading, so I don't want to miss any trade. I do miss trade, but what I mean that I don't want to miss that currency. That's why you see my list. I look at all of them. I think that few people do like that, but I love doing it because sometime you see the WTI has given a very good opportunity. Sometime NASDAQ has given a very good opportunity. Sometime maybe even Aussie yen give an opportunity, and more often gold is giving opportunity on the lower time frame. So because I have a wide range, you saw that I'm never out of trade, and this helps me to I screen out the bad trades. That really helps because when my list is bigger, I can look at the good trades. But I don't trade 5 minutes with this kind of list. 5 minutes that I trade only on gold, and 15 minutes and 5 minutes, and GBP, JPY, and sometime euro dollar and USD pairs. But for example, AUD CAD, this trade, this is a swing trade, or you can consider it as a day trade because it's a 4-hour time frame. Now the reason I'm short on dollar CAD and is because this is my news and price action trading strategy that we discussed a couple of minutes earlier. One of you asked about the fundamental aspect of trading, and this is where I integrate the fundamental component of trading in my trading, is to look at the calendar and then look for a pattern that I can feel like that that has a specific criteria. Look for the pattern and then wait for the price to give me the potential alert. So this is what I use in my trading. And AUD CAD is, if you look at that from the technical perspective on AUD CAD, we can see that okay, so from the technical perspective on AUD CAD, this is a bearish market. You can see with this liquidity grab, has a big correction, so there was a huge, you can see quite a few dodges. So this kind of price action is a very highly bearish, because it form a very strong structure in that zone, and price might find it hard to break to the upside. Instead, the seller might break this down, and I have 2-to-1 reward to risk. This is where trading is always having a bit more bigger risk to reward, keeps me always in the profit zone in my account. Okay, and I'm sure that for those who are trading with us also experiencing the same thing, because I share all my trades with the VIPs with entries, stop loss, and take profit target. So you can test that out if you like. There's a link in the description area, and also link at the top of the chat. Also join the free Telegram channel, guys. Link in the description, so that you can stay connected with Forex Trading Wizard Academy for all the updates, information that we have. Right, so AUD CAD moving in the direction. After coming to certain zone, I might move the stop loss at entry and may secure some profit on this one. So CHF-JPY, we see that from the this one we closed earlier with profit, but it could give us the full. For the some of you maybe didn't see the update, maybe you have secured the full profit, that's fine. CHF-JPY, for me, we might find another opportunity. For me, it's still bullish. The way the price action I see, for me, it's still bullish. If you look at the bigger picture, this is the daily, this is the weekly price action, which is bullish. Looking at the monthly, also we see that it's bullish. Looking at the daily time frame, we can see that CHF-JPY from the daily, with this impulse correction, we can expect another impulse on CHF-JPY. So from the lower time frame, you can see that this market forming a higher low along this zone. There's a doji here. It's still not closed, but if it is closing as a doji, even we could see potential bullish move on this one again. Okay, so this is yeah, so we see that quite a few pairs now currently trending, which is good for us, and I will keep watching, guys, to see the next opportunity. And I'm sure that you guys enjoyed this live session, and I will come on live again in London and New York session time. So also I invite you to join that session as well. And also anyone want to join us, learn our strategies, don't hesitate to join us. Join the free Telegram channel as well. Anyone looking for regulated broker, you can use Eva Trade, they're regulated, so your capital will be in the safe hand. And thank you for being here. I'll see you again in the next live, guys. And if you are on the VIP, definitely I'll see you very soon. And thank you. Stay managed, stay happy. I'll see you next time.